No, you should go into a Hall of Fame because I've never seen this man so diplomatic. I think after this interview, he's going to trust God even more.
We didn't use an architect because we couldn't afford one.
Hello and welcome to Indian Terrain Hall of Fame series. And before we begin, we just want to start off with a token of appreciation from our end. Yes? So thank you so much for all agreeing to be a part of this video.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
In Jan 2023, I told him, can I have a word with you for 5 minutes? It was in the evening, right outside the restaurant. We just spoke. The only thing I asked him was, can we work together? He said, yeah, sure, why not? That's exactly how it all came together.
We wanted to make sure that we owned something. And in that sense, we wanted to own the whole handmade pasta aspect of this business. We said, we'll take time, we'll do it right. Hopefully people will come.
We are the only restaurant in Chennai which doesn't have pizza in the menu.
Yes.
An Italian restaurant.
Italian restaurant. First day when we started, the second table that came in, and then they asked for pizza. And then they told me on my face, you don't have a pizza on the menu and you have the audacity to call yourself an Italian restaurant.
And they said you'll shut down in 1 month. I mean, there are people who come in and say, why aren't there more tables? Or I've been waiting for 1 hour. When am I going to get a table? I completely understand where they're coming from, but you have to realize that this restaurant functions a certain way and it's the only way that we can make it work at this point. I don't think we've honestly done a good enough job of communicating our struggles as much to our audience. The way that I'll be able to open for lunch and dinner is maybe cut the menu by half. I think a large part of our hospitality experience is around making sure we craft people's memories.
There's always this claim of, creating perfection, crafting perfection, finesse and all that. At least for myself, I decided that's not what we're going to craft and create. Perfection doesn't create memories. It's how you respond when things are not right. When you make a mistake, it's how the best memories are created for our customers. I don't want people to say, oh, this place has been like picture perfect from the day we started. Instead, I would rather prefer customers who come back and tell me, you know what, I know where you guys started. I know where you guys are right now. I've been part of this journey. I think it's best if we answer that. Go ahead.
I'm listening.
No, like for me, as I've seen as like
Man just held himself a shovel and dug his first foot in already. So
I was like slightly hesitant. Sorry, he's just baited himself.
So somebody has to start. Every day when he is there in any of the restaurant, he will be always inside the coffee machine. He'll be doing coffees there because he loves the perfection what he is expecting to be served to the customers. That inspired me a lot.
Once I did ask him, I don't know if he remembers. I asked him, is this okay? Is this on course? He said, please don't ask me if things are on course. If it's not on course, I'll be the first one to come and tell you. That one response of his, I think, summed up his management style.
I've never seen somebody more diligent and relentless than Anand. God forbid you make a comment about something and you don't live up to it. Get 30,000 messages and 20,000 phone calls till it gets done.
For things to happen in the premises,
So you know where my insomnia comes from.
he will be awake all day and he will never sleep. My style is just systematic. Mostly I follow that way so that it's more easy. It has to be there, it has to be there.
His rules Ramanujam number 1.
I bite his brains out. Chewing his brains out is an understatement. What I do to him every day. But the thing is, the man endures. Chaos. He didn't know what he was signing up for.
Like when you're closing down your kitchen every day, you should feel you should come back again the next day to work. You're going to feed someone who is looking forward to come down to the restaurant every day. So that is what which is making me like every day we need to come down, create something new for people to try out and enjoy.
Build what? Almost 30 brands in the last 19 years in this business, so it has been rewarding. I think in some sense understanding that I have to stop building restaurants for myself and build restaurants for an audience. It's to find that balance between trying to create a product that works for your audience and to something that you believe is true to its narrative. When I work on a restaurant project, the first draft of the menu is always written by me, and that comes from not necessarily authenticity, but what will remind you of a place or the experience. The secret to what we've done so far, and I think this is true for almost all of our restaurants. I mean, we take our individual personalities quite seriously, but we put the personality of the brand above all of it. It's not about building restaurants for myself, but understanding the audience and building things that they can relate to. What can pique people's curiosity and then playing to that. That's pretty much what I've done over the years, and that seems to have been the secret sauce that's worked for me.
Just built up my insomnia more. Was a journey to be born, but it needed a lot of support, faith. I think that's where the story of Elba is. If I have to plug myself in there and say that's where my story also is. I've heard a lot of customers come here and say, finally you have the answer for someone who says you have to be in Bombay or a Delhi or elsewhere for, an experience like this. That would be the defining moment.
I mastered cooking. I have people who traveled and they can guide me through it. Like with this support, I can finesse about what is to be done. You need to create a recipe. For that, you need to understand the ingredients, learn the ingredients, what the ingredients can do. With that, you can do lot many things.
I've had a journey where I've been in advertising, been in academics, been in IT, been in chess academics for a year. I've been, for the lack of a better way to put it, meandering around and then say, where exactly does my interest lie? 15 years of traversing through many industries. I think this is where I belong.
I started working when I was 14, so I think I got a head start to a lot of people in trying to explore opportunities. But hospitality and food is what I've done the longest. I mean, I've spent 19 years doing this, and a lot of our specialty concepts that we've built over the years have been built for Chennai. We're building it for us. Realize that this is truly my calling and this is where I belong.